Greetings, Earthlings, wisdom keepers, wisdom seekers. Welcome back to WizdomDropz, your source for daily drops of wisdom and savvy cat astrology. My name is TONIA, and today I have just freshly installed this garden here behind me, and we are going to be talking about power in your astrology chart. And I was gonna get like dolled up and stuff, and I was like, no. If you saw the work that I put in today, no. And I was like, I'm not even gonna fix my crazy hair because I'm just gonna let them see what a farmer looks like, you know what I mean? So anyway, by the end of this video, you're gonna have an understanding of my little story behind me and how that connects with your personal power in your birth chart through the planets of Mars and Saturn respectively. So this should be a fun yet short yet insightful video if you stay tuned. So moving forward, the first thing I want to tell you about is a little quick story, and you're going to gain value through this video through hearing about my process. So I had to move over 2 cubic yards of soil in order to get this established behind me here. And so there's a lot of like schlepping with the truck, and there's a lot of moving into the wheelbarrows, and there was a lot of like sore backs involved, as you can imagine, and sore knees, okay? So anyway, you know, there was that, and I took at least like 10 lumber drives. I don't know if you can see this right here, but this is kind of like my patterning of this whole perimeter. I'll try to like put some images on the Insta, so be sure to follow that. But anyway, you know, so there was that, and I had to like cut all this up manually in order to actually like plant it into the ground, as you can see, to where it would hold the soil. So there's a lot of different parts involved. And then I have my cute little mint. Isn't he cute? Mojito mint. I want a mojito after this, let me tell you. But anyway, all that to say, your chart, let's get to it. Mars and Saturn. So Mars is basically like the planet of action, and therefore people often look at their chart and say, oh, wherever, you know, Mars is, not to mention, you know, Mars is the god of war, okay, like crazy, that's like mega powerful. Talk about like male energy on steroids, but like in a groovy way, and also can be not groovy way with Mars, right? Like any planet, like any energy, we know, moving on. But check it out, Saturn plays a pivotal part as well, because Saturn is time, and this sometimes gets overlooked in the astrology chart in the notion of power, because Mars is like so sexy, flashy, like I'm on fire, you know, kind of energy, but Saturn's like the doldrum. Saturn's like the hard-ass work that you don't want to do for days and days on end, the hard work that gives you the sore knees and the achy back, because Saturn rules calcified body structures and bones. You see correlations between the real world and the planetary aspects, y'all, I swear to God. But for real, moving forward, what I'm trying to draw your attention to is that you may need to consider, yes, where Saturn and Mars both are in your astrology chart, what aspects they're having, how happy they are as planets in their dignity, etc., etc. You know, what the ruler of each one of those signs that those planets are in at the time of your birth, what that planet is doing. But at the end of the day, power is relative, and at the end of the day, power is something that is personal to you. So you might feel powerful, you know, planting plants in the ground, and you might feel powerful doing martial arts, or you might feel powerful by eating a plant-based diet because you know that that's causing half the CO2 emission, 1/13 of the oil, and 1/11 of the water, if memory serves. So, you know, point being, power is relative, and power takes time to unfold. That's the medicine and the lesson of Saturn. So in your personal chart, I encourage you to look at this from more of like an evolutionary astrology like perspective, if we can even just use that label for the purpose of describing what I'm trying to talk about with you right now. But like, think about it like, I need to, yes, look at the dignity of my planets of Mars and Saturn especially, and yes, I need to look at what everything else is doing between them. But maybe I just need to sit and meditate with like what element, what modality, what sign is my Mars and is my Saturn in, okay? And then like go and see how it plays out for me in the real world, because there's always going to be real world applications that help us ground our understanding of astrology and apply it and gain wisdom from it. Because why else would we want to study astrology? Why else? Because we want to improve ourselves at the end of the day. And if not, then I don't know why you're here, because that's why I'm putting out this channel. So with that said, my friend, thank you for the support. If you want a reading, it's just WizdomDropz@gmail.com. Like the video, subscribe if you're not already. If you're not subscribed, why aren't you subscribed? What are you doing? What are you doing if you're not subscribed already? And with that said, until next time, and through then, may the stars be with you. Peace.